Hey, what's up?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, I'm good.
Thanks for coming on again.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to episode 215 of the Ballistic. I'm here with 2027 NFL draft prospect David Coley from North Alabama, and I'm excited to have him on to talk about his journey and how his football journey went. So, welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me, man.
Yep. So, how did your recruiting process go?
So, in high school, starting off, I got my first offer at the end of my junior year, and I was playing quarterback at the time. And my first offer was actually from Navy. Um, and I didn't really know too much about offers at the time, so I held that first offer up until my senior year, like the end of my senior year, and I had Army as well, so that was my first two offers for real. I think I had about 14 offers coming out of high school, but a lot of them was like small D2s, some D3s here and there. But I knew I didn't want to pay for school, and I knew like what level I wanted to play on. So around my senior year, like the end of my senior year, I was looking to commit to Navy, but
Hmm.
that's when the transfer portal was like kind of hot back in 2023. So, coaches moving around, players entering the portal, a lot of stuff changed for me. So, um, basically, that offer wasn't on the table, and neither was Army. So, um, fast forward a few weeks, it was close to signing day around like December, something like that. And I got a call from Coach Hugs up at Kentucky State University, and it was really the best option I had at the time. So, I committed, and that's where I started my college career.
Hmm. How was your high school football experience?
High school football. So my freshman year, you as a freshman in high school, the goal is to play varsity. Get on the field a little bit. And around the time I was playing quarterback, but I was a backup, so um, I was trying to get on the field. So I played the position that was open to me, which was DB. I played a little bit of corner here and there, a little bit of safety, and really just tried to get my feet wet, on the varsity level. And then sophomore year, that's when I actually started playing a little bit more quarterback. My the starting quarterback I got hurt the first or second game, and I took over from there, and I actually led my team to the playoffs as a sophomore, and we could have went further, but it was a lot going on. Like we went to the first round of the playoffs, and the refs made a bad call, and it was a whole big thing or whatever. Junior
Hmm.
year, I was starting quarterback, and this was one of my better years, like stats wise, offensively and defensively. Actually, I think I had four picks on defense. I think, like 17 touchdowns, something like that. And
Hmm.
it was a historic season for us. We went 4-0, starting off for the first time in 20 years or something like that, and then we went to the second round of the playoffs for the first time in 40 years. And going into my senior year, I had a lot of momentum. Like I said, I was picking up some offers. Um, my body was feeling good. I was bigger, faster, stronger. And I ended up pulling my hamstring about the fifth or sixth game of the season. And basically from there, I really couldn't do much. I was just trying to finish the season strong or whatever what I had. And then after my senior year, that's when I headed up to Kentucky State University.
Hmm. What was it like growing up in your hometown and getting to where you're at?
Growing up in my whole town, really growing up, little league football was a big thing. So, um, like you go to school with like some of your friends, some of your teammates, and y'all all play on different teams. So it was kind of cool, like coming back to school the Monday after that weekend, talking about the game. Like having those big games that had the fields and the stadiums packed. It was a cool experience growing up, and I feel like they really prepared me and some of a lot of guys who still playing right now for the next level. And I feel like we're really blessed to have that type of childhood and that type of experience because it's not really the same anymore. So I'm grateful for that. um, that childhood I had.
Hmm. What is your biggest strength and weakness on the football field?
Biggest strength? Actually, I'm gonna start with my biggest weakness first, because I think that'd be kind of hard to find. My biggest weakness. I don't. I can't. I'm gonna come back to that because I can't really think of a weakness right now. So as far as my strength, I feel like one of my biggest strengths is my versatility. Like I can play any position on the field. Like I said, in high school, I played quarterback. I played quarterback my whole life, but also my whole life I learned how to play everywhere else on the field. Like growing up, my dad coached me, and he wanted me to learn everything. Like if you played with my dad, and you always started off on the offensive line, so and you moved up from there or whatever. So I learned how to play every position on the field growing up, and I feel like my versatility is what helped me get to the level I am now.
Hmm.
So I think that's one of my biggest strengths.
How did you finalize to pick the school that you wanted to go to
That I wanted to go to out of the portal.
out of high school?
So like I said, I had Navy,
Hmm.
and obviously with my name being Navy, that would have been like a great opportunity to build my brand. With the new NIL stuff and all that, and I feel like I would have got a good chance to play there as well. And but again, I lost that opportunity just because I didn't know much about having offers. Same thing with Army, and like I said, Coach Hugs hit me up, and I went on 2 visits I think to Kentucky State before I was able to move in up there or whatever. And really, I feel like it just represented that school represented like the place I was in my life at the time. Like I didn't have the biggest. I didn't have stars. I didn't have any rankings. Like I was basically just under the radar a little bit, just like Kentucky State was. And in my time there, we actually built that name. Like people know who Kentucky State is now because of what Coach Hugs and what the players there built there. So I feel like that was a big part of why I chose to go where I went.
Hmm. What was the process like going into the portal and getting to where you're at today?
Okay, so going into the portal. So after my junior season at Kentucky State, um, give me 1 second. After my junior season at Kentucky State, I had a great season. I had about 40 tackles as a corner. I had 6 picks. I had 6 interceptions, 4 on paper. So I had a great season. Basically, what I'm saying. So after the season, I asked my coach, um, could I hit the portal, like just see if there's some better opportunities out there. So that's what I did. I entered the transfer portal,
Hmm.
and as I was in the portal, early I got a lot of interest from FBS schools. Like I had a bunch of coaches following me, telling me they like my film, but nobody really like jumped the gun. If that's like for like a better term, nobody really jumped the gun. So I didn't want to rush into a one of those situations where you go to a big school just because of the name and you don't play. So you know, I waited. I went on some visits, and when I came across North Alabama, I had a conversation with Coach Dearman. I had a good experience with Coach Bojack and Coach Lockett, and I took some time. I think I took a day or two to think about the situation, and I weighed out my options, and North Alabama just felt like home. So that's where I took my talents to.
Hmm. What are some cool things to know about yourself?
Say that again.
What are some cool things to know about yourself?
Some cool things to know about myself. I say, um, I would say one thing is that like I'm really a businessman. I probably don't really come off as a businessman. see at first glance or whatever. So
Hmm. So, what current or former NFL player do you compare your game to?
do I compare my game to? So actually,
Yeah.
I got I did a lot of research on myself with like now being like strictly corner, like that's the only position I'm playing right now.
Hmm.
So these are a few of the guys I look at and I see myself as. So at the top of my list, I got Jarvis Ward. He played with the 49ers. I got Jalen Johnson. I got Tariq Woolen. And I got Richard Sherman as well. So those are four guys that I feel like I kind of compare myself to.
Hmm. What makes you a unique player?
What makes me a unique player, like I said again, like my versatility. Like you don't have a lot of guys who played quarterback their whole life and then they switch and they're just as good as they were at the last position as they are at the position they playing now. So I feel like my ability to adapt is what makes me like a great player. You know, like coming from quarterback, I switched to corner my sophomore year, and that's like one of my biggest regrets. Like in the history of my football career, from when I was 3 years old to now, like I wish I would have took my sophomore year more serious because when I switched over, it was kind of like, dang, I want to be playing quarterback, but I had to look back at myself and what I stand for. And you know, in the Bible it says, whatever you do, whether you eat or drink, do it as if you're working for the Lord and not for man. So going into my junior season, that's why it was a big thing for me to do the best that I could at everything I did, and the results showed that I did what I did the best I could do, and now I'm at the Division I level. So
Hmm. What goes on a day-to-day basis during the off season?
a day-to-day basis during the off season. So let's just say, for instance, if I'm at home, so I start off by waking up at around like 9 or 10 o'clock. I get up and I make breakfast with my dad or with my little brother. Um, we make a big breakfast. We might talk about a lot of stuff since my little brother, he's in high school right now. I might end up taking him to practice, watching him practice. And after his practice, I might stay at the field a little bit, get some footwork drills in with him. So he plays receiver and I play DB. So it's automatic
Hmm.
one-on-one work, you know. And let's see, I go home. Like I said, I like to fish. So when we get home from there, we might hit the pond, fish a little bit, come back home, rest, play the game with my little brother, and at the end of the night, I always read my Bible and I write down some verses and I put it on my wall. So that's basically what ends my day off. So
Hmm.
in the off season.
What's your thoughts on how the season will go for you guys?
I feel like we got a great team. It's definitely a lot different from last year. You know, I did my research before I came here to see what everything looked like. I feel like we got a lot of camaraderie in the community. Like a lot of people excited for the season. I feel like we got a lot of people behind us. And then as far as the team, we got some great coaches. We got Coach Bowen, who came from a lot of different big FBS schools, who coaching our defense. We got Coach Dearman, who's been in this program for years, so he knows what everything's supposed to look like. And we got a lot of weapons on offense, um, and defense as well. We just continuing to work on being fast and physical and just getting everything down. And I feel like we're going to have a great season this year.
Hmm. What's your thoughts on the conference as a whole?
The conference as a whole, I kind of like it, and the only reason I'm saying I like it is because, for one, the out of conference games we get to play against the guys at the highest level or whatever. Like this year we got Arkansas week 1 after we play Sanford, and we got also some D2s that moved up, so that's gonna be a good experience to see where those guys are at, and I just feel like it's gonna be a great season.
Hmm. What's your plans for the near future after the season passes?
So with the new rule, I do have an extra year. Like this is my senior season, but I do have an extra year, And honestly, I really don't plan on using it. The ultimate goal is to have a great season this year, and get ready for the draft. That's the main goal, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And worst case scenario, I got, like I said, I got that other year in my back pocket, so I make the most of that year and then see about entering the draft. But the ultimate goal is to have a great season this season and get ready for the 2027 draft.
Mm-hmm. I again appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to come on to talk about your journey, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck this upcoming season. And I'll definitely stay in touch.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yes, sir. You too, Alex.
Thank you.